I'm TSD publisher Ben Love. LSU closes out a 48-16 win tonight over Furman in Tiger Stadium. Not always the prettiest, especially in the first half for LSU. If you kind of want to dip into some of the bad first, they came out a little lethargic. Two starters were out on the offensive line, and center Elliott Porter and left tackle Lael Collins. They had to replace those guys. The offense had some issues. I think the rhythm in the passing game wasn't there in the first half, and for stretches of the second half, Zach Mettenberger, 2 interceptions tonight, but he does eventually throw for 328 yards and 3 touchdowns. So he gets his numbers. They turn it on a little in the second half, but Mettenberger, the offensive line protected well, but he and the receivers, some of that rhythm just wasn't quite there. But LSU had dominant running performance all night out of the running backs. Both Terrence McGee and Jeremy Hill go over 100 yards. So that young offensive line that's in there, some new pieces, they did well opening up holes. And I think defensively, it was a similar story. The first half was not what LSU was looking for. Furman really controlled the clock, controlled the ball. They ran a lot more plays than LSU, 44 total plays for Furman in the first half. Time of possession was extremely out of whack as well. And Odell Beckham fumbled punt kind of helped that number too. But the defense turned the screws a little bit in the second half. I believe only there was 0 points scored by Furman in the second half. The total yardage was under 50 for the second half as well for the Paladins. So the defense really, like I said, tightened the screws, did some things that'll carry over into the Alabama game. But overall, not the A game, I don't think, from LSU. They do enough to get the win. They'll get some guys back that didn't play in this game. Among those also is J.C. Copeland. Connor Neighbors also went back out at fullback. Those two guys, the two offensive linemen we mentioned earlier, expected to be back for Alabama. So LSU trying to get healthy after the Furman game.